Let's see, what is flashing lights? Oh. Alright. I'm gonna quit YouTube now. Flashing Lights is a game you possibly never heard of. You might have heard the title and thought of Kanye West's hit song from 2007, or you might have seen some popular YouTubers playing it and never even guessed what the game actually was.
Alright, who's here? Hello? Was it you? You the person? Did you do it? Did you do it? Watch yourself. You frickin' watch yourself, dude. You frickin' watch yourself. Oh, hi. Shoplifter.
But today, I'll be doing a review on Flashing Lights and its origins, its features, what's to come for it, and much more. So please sit back and enjoy as I rant about this game. Also, there will be chapters in this video, so feel free to skip around. I'm going to be all over the place, as to be expected. Flashing Lights is a roleplay game focused on emergency services that you can play with your friends or by yourself. There's 3 roles in the game: police, fire, and EMS. Each department has its own set of features, several vehicles, several department locations to choose from, customized lighting for vehicles, and a large map to explore, with 7 main areas: Marina, Port, Beach Town, Cod Town, East and West Suburbs, and City. Each department has its own set of callouts as well, so you can respond to those using the equipment that is provided in your vehicle and do what's needed to help out in that situation. There's a sandbox menu you can use to spawn in more pedestrians, set AI vehicle speed, spawn in barriers and cones. You can even make your player run like the Flash, which is absolutely hilarious. Even though I'm recording at 2:30 AM and I probably don't sound amused at all. There's also a civilian mode, which you can also access in the sandbox menu to try out. You can't do much, since it's pretty bare bones, besides having a weapon and several vehicles to choose from. Civilian mode will though have more updates to come in the near future, which I'll touch on later in the video. But for now, let's talk about the team behind this game. Nils Jackrens, or also known as 600, started developing flashing lights as a hobby in late 2013. He made simple assets, such as ones with vehicle functionality and physics, AI traffic, and others that he used in the game as well. In later videos on his YouTube channel, we start seeing development on multiplayer, third person, guns, and basic animations. On April 27th, 2016 was when we first saw the name Flashing Lights even be mentioned on his YouTube channel. It was in a video called Flashing Lights Police Chase Test, and here you can see that the game was in its early development stages. Right after that, we see more tests such as EMS responding to an accident, and a fire test with other functions as well. These were the basis of what is in the game for now. I recommend you to visit his channel to see for yourself. After confirming Flashing Lights was in development, 600 moved on from making assets to making Flashing Lights full time. For a while, he was making the game by himself, besides the community helping him with suggestions and feedback, but later that changed when he got an artist to help him with the game development. On August 31st, 2017, the game was publicly announced and had a Kickstarter backing it. The Kickstarter only collected $5,000 out of the $25,292 goal, and then canceled it, possibly due to its soon release on Steam. 600 then released news that the game was going to be released on Steam on the 18th of May 2018, which was later pushed to the 7th of June on the same year, due to the devs wanting to secure a stronger early access launch, like adding more missions and content, since most departments only had one mission set and lacking some other content. After the release, the game got pretty successful, at least for an emergency simulator, even though at the time it seemed pretty bare bones with only a few missions to play. There were a lot of updates over the years. Of course, over the span of a few years, flashing lights have been receiving a lot of updates such as new vehicles for all departments, a few new weapons, a new lighting customization system, a siren update, and even a new map to explore. I would say, by far, this game has a lot of support from the community it has and the devs. Even though there's only 2 of them, they have listened to the community and really been working hard on this game for several years now, and we've seen that with the updates over the years. But even though I really like this game and the things that have been done to it, I would like to mention a few things that should be noted before you go and install this game on your potato PC. Even the best of games have their issues, and this is one of them. You will encounter bugs, a lot of them, to the point it gets annoying, and I will mention that most of these bugs you will encounter online. Multiplayer, after all, is only peer-to-peer, not dedicated servers, and most likely in the future, I highly doubt that we will see dedicated servers, even though they're more stable. The game also seems pretty dead, such as not a whole lot of traffic or pedestrian spawning, or peds on top of buildings, probably high on drugs, or AI traffic doing some crazy stuff on highways, like doing U-turns in front of you, and probably high on drugs or even doing alcohol. And why does the water look like this? It's pixelated mess, and yeah, you get the idea. The game has its issues. It might not seem like the devs are listening sometimes, but that's probably because they're busy with working on the game and trying to fix it, and there is also hope that these issues will be addressed and fixed in its due time. But you might be asking me, Blue, why did the game get a 1.0 launch when the game isn't even finished yet? It has all these bugs. Why weren't they fixed before release? And my theory on this is that the publishers for the game had a certain deadline to when the early access will end, so they possibly had 600 move the game to version 1.0 for a boost in sales. It probably was at 600's plan to release it in this condition. We've seen this situation in other games as well. Even AAA games have these issues. It's not even the dev's fault, even if the game is not even finished. But if that's not the case, 600 has mentioned before that leaving early access is needed for the project to move forward, and it's a huge milestone for the base features, and also he mentioned hopefully it will get more visibility on Steam as it adds another release date. One thing that's also mentioned by the players is the price of the game. It was increased from $15 to $25, and people say that either the game isn't worth the price, or that it looks like it's just some kind of cash grab. Indeed, in my personal opinion, the price change might have been unnecessary since it does lack a few things still, but also I think that the game has come a long way, even if there are a bunch of issues that need to be fixed. Hello, this is me, Blue. I'm editing the video and I came across this part and I kind of got confused, and you might be confused as well because I didn't really answer my question on why the price was really increased. Ever since the game was launched, it gotten more updates, more features, more vehicles, weapons, all sorts of things, improvements. Even though yes, there are bugs still, the devs had every right to increase the price of the game. It's theirs, and also it's kind of worth it because they get more money and they can use that money to develop the game even more and possibly even hire more developers because, you know, there's only 2 in the game already. So yeah, hopefully that is not less confusing. So even though there are some things that the developers haven't fixed yet, what is the future of flashing lights? There is a roadmap on their official Discord where we can see what is planned at the moment. One of the biggest updates that people have been looking forward to is K9 for police and fire. Having a furry friend alongside you as your partner, and having a dedicated vehicle for your furry friend is also in the works. Also, having AI backup for single player is in the works as well. Even though there isn't a whole lot of details on that at the moment, like whether the liveries on the cars will be customizable or if players can call a certain department. One thing I'm very excited to see is the day-night cycle and weather update. Personally, I feel like it would add more life into the game. Also, cloud saves, Steam achievements, and rep points unlock system are also in the works as well, so you can finally save your game and get achievements as well if you're into that. Of course, there's a lot of things that isn't on the roadmap, but the devs have mentioned that they would add in the future, such as a new vehicle for departments, hopefully a truck in my opinion, and also other people hope that it's going to be a truck as well. More AI vehicles such as buses, trucks, and box vans. People have been begging for the visor lights to come back because they were removed when the lighting update came out back in 2020. And in my opinion, I feel like the devs might do another lighting update where they add a bunch of new lightings and customization effects, but don't quote me on that. Vehicle customization will be a thing as well, such as adding different wheels, removing or adding push bars, and other vehicle related things. Also, there's plans for player customization, such as adding vests and whatnot. I don't have that much information on that though. Also, new areas for the new map will be added, such as an airport, so you can pretend to steal planes and then go crash them out at sea so FD can rescue you. Okay, maybe not that, but 600 does have a location figured out for it, we just don't really know where it will be yet. But comment down below where you think it would be, and also a lot of things will be added and fixed in the near future, and hopefully we'll be around to see it. Ever since the game was first released on Steam back in 2016, the game has been improved significantly. Lots of new features have been added, and the game looks really different since then. Even though there was some backlash for the devs releasing a 1.0 update, there are still players that play flashing lights and roleplay with their friends. The reason why people appreciate this game is because the developers listened to what people had to say about the game, the bugs that they report, and what the players want to see. So should you buy this game? And I can say yes, you should. So hopefully you enjoyed my little rant about this game called Flashing Lights. You should check it out, and if you have it already, hopefully this gave you a better insight on the game. And if you did find it helpful, please give it a like and also comment down below on what you think. I never have done a review like this. I mainly do LSPDFR content, and if you like that type of stuff, please subscribe. I will like to do more reviews like this in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled. And that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.